Hi everyone, welcome to Prati'sArt. In this video, we are going to be drawing a Christmas portrait in honor of the holidays. Like always, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified whenever I post a new video. Also, please follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of my drawings that I don't actually make videos of, so you'll always be updated. Before we get started, first, the reference that I'm using is actually from Instagram, so I will link the exact post down below. Okay, so I'm using the grid method for this drawing, and as you can see, I've already drawn the drawing, and also you can clearly see the grids and the tape that I've used. So here I'm just starting with the hand. Also, a lot of the techniques are similar to the ones I used for this drawing, which I did a couple months back. It's on my Instagram, so you should check it out. Yeah, so basically I learned to layer. Layering is so important, and a bunch of these I actually learned. Learning all this stuff takes a long period of time, so all of my eye drawings where the skin color is like around the eye, I feel like I used a lot of those techniques as well. But basically, I added a lot of pinks and purples and like very, very light yellows and peaches and all those colors, and also brown. I forgot brown. But I mixed all those colors, and one by one I created layers on top of each other to create a beautiful skin tone that looks really similar to a real life skin tone. So I think layering is so important, and I used to not layer at all. Like if you look at all the drawings in the past that I've done on my Instagram, you can clearly see that layering was just not my forte, but I've learned to use it a lot, and it helps. It really does. So you guys should definitely try it if you don't already. If you're having trouble layering colors on top of each other, then you should try using the feather touch technique, which is basically when you take your pencil and color on top of the paper as light as a feather. So make sure you're not going too harsh on that paper, and then you will get the nice light colored layer that you can then afterward add more colors on top of to create a good skin tone. The candy cane was pretty self-explanatory and simple, but I tried to add a little bit of dimension by adding light gray to on the sides to create sort of like a shadow and make a 3D effect. I also made sure to use 3 different reds in a gradient so the candy cane looked 3D. Afterward, I went over the candy cane with some Posca to make it look like the candy cane was still in the wrapper. I also added some depth in the hand with a dark brown color pencil, or I also added some dark black on top of it just to create more contrast and depth. I'm also erasing certain parts in the hand, so the lightest areas in the hand are really light compared to the darkest areas in the hand. I think one of the main things in every drawing that needs to be perfect in order for the drawing to be good is there has to be enough dark areas and light areas. So what I mean by that is some areas in your drawing should be extremely light and they should be the highlights, and some areas in your drawing should be extremely dark and they should be the shadows. So that's what I've done with the hand, making sure to erase certain parts and also darken certain parts. Afterward, I added a shadow to the neck using some dark brown and also some pinks and purples, just the same way that I did with the shadow for the hands. I once again used a lot of black for the neck shadow to create lots of depth, but I think I would have probably done a darker brown instead, because I feel like the black kind of adds an unnatural part or unnatural tone to the skin tone. So if I were to do this painting again or drawing again, then I would definitely add some darker browns instead of the black. Now moving on to the part inside of the glasses. I always do my drawings in sections, so I just do the smallest parts first and then do the largest parts afterward. It's just my workflow, it's just how I work. But I also think it's really nice to be able to just focus on one specific piece in the drawing. So that's why I did the insides of the glasses first. For the skin around in the glasses, I basically use the same techniques that I used for the neck and for the hands. But then for the eyes, I have a very specific way that I do the eyes, where I add a lot of black and a lot of highlights. And I think it really brings my picture alive and it adds a lot of life to whatever drawing I'm doing. So if you guys want a specific tutorial on how I do my eyes, be sure to comment down below. For the glasses, I basically just mixed up a lot of black, white, and gray, and later on you'll see I add some highlights inside of the glasses to make them look really shiny. Here I basically just added a lot of black and brown to create like really deep cheekbones. I think that's what they're called. But yeah, because the person in the reference has like really deep like indents on the side of her face, and to replicate that I did the dark browns and dark blacks across her face. And I think this was really important because she actually has a really circular face, but in the reference it looks like she has a long face because of the blacks and the browns. Here I'm moving on to the eyebrows and the hair. I basically just added a layer of like light browns, grays, pinks on the bottom, and then on top of it I added some blacks and basically just added a hair texture. I also made sure that hairs were poking out on the outside to create like a natural effect. Also, my hair I do very specifically, so if you guys want I can do a tutorial on that as well. Just if you want anything, any video ideas, any recommendations, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. Okay, now that I've done with all the hair, I just added a little bit of pizzazz here and there. I didn't really like the nails and how they were looking, so I decided to add like red on top of it as if it was nail polish. So yeah, I think it really spiced things up though, because it was meant to be a Christmas themed drawing, and I think red definitely represents that. I also made her face a little bit darker here and there, which really made her face more natural because she was so pale before. For the background, I just made something up which I think turned out amazing. I went off the Christmas theme once again and then added some red on the left and green on the right, and I created a really thin background, and then I went ahead again with some eraser and then created like the blur effect that you get when you like take a photo with your camera. So I think that turned out really good. Here I'm just fixing things up a little bit by adding some Posca white and also some highlights in her lips. I'm also fixing the jawline because it was so sharp before, so I made it a little bit smoother. Thank you for watching. If you guys like the music in this video, make sure to check out Skyptomiax's YouTube channel and subscribe, because he provides a bunch of free music that is so cool. Also, for those of you guys who are still here, sorry for not posting in like a month. It was because I already had 2 videos ready to go and ready to be posted, but at the end, some of the footage got corrupted and there's problems with editing. But I already have a bunch of video ideas, so be on the lookout. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!